action, but how will these overnight cues impact our own markets? We have our team joining us to tell you just that, the trade setup, the stocks in focus, and the action from the F&O space as well. Hey guys, a very good morning to all three of you. So Darshan, let me come across to you first up. Looks like the fall that we saw in last hour of trading session yesterday could continue today as well.
Morning, Sonal. So, well, the cues that we are getting from global markets are mixed, and all the US indices closed almost near flat line after a range-bound session. And the last hour gain in some of the technology majors has helped Nasdaq close in the green, while S&P was flat. Dow Jones too saw a recovery from day's low, but failed to turn positive. The two stocks that I want to talk about, first, Juniper Networks, which was up 22%, and HP, which was down 9%. And the news is HP is going to acquire this hardware maker Juniper Networks for $14 billion in all cash deal. Coming to our market, it was like a repeat of previous day's move. The last hour fall has taken all the frontline indices to day's low, and the culprit for second day in a row was banks. Nifty Bank has fallen more than 700 points from day's high, and almost all the cuts have come at the last hour of trade. Nifty, though, has managed to defend the level of 21,500, and the support came in from IT majors TCS and Infosys. For today, GIFT Nifty is indicating a start with minor cuts. And talking about institutional activities, FIs have turned sellers after buying for 3 consecutive sessions. FIs on Tuesday sold shares of rupees 991 crore, while buy figure for DIIs was little more than rupees 100 crore. In commodities, crude has risen 2% overnight, with Brent back around $78 per barrel. But the major surge was seen in natural gas. US natural gas prices have risen to 2-month high. Lastly, talking about cues for today, first Z Entertainment, it has come out of F&O ban, and the next is IT stocks, TCS and Infosys ahead of their quarterly earnings tomorrow.
Right, so they officially kick off from tomorrow. Thank you, Sudarshan, for all those details. Over to Hormaz now. He'll list out all the stocks to watch for today's trading session. Hey, morning.
Morning, Sonal, and I'll start off with Delta Corp, and that will be the stock to watch out for today. The earnings came in last evening. The profit more than halved. The revenue was down 15.5%, but the margins were down almost 1,300 basis points to just 24% during the quarter. But more importantly than the earnings, the company in its note to account has mentioned that they have invested close to 700 crore rupees in 3 of its subsidiaries that have pending GST dues worth over 11,000 crores. And they have also provided them with short-term loans of 95 crore rupees. But they have mentioned that they have made no provisions for the impairments currently needed, as the tax demands, according to them, are arbitrary. So we'll keep that on our radar. Polycab has reacted to these tax evasion rumors, and they've said that they have not received any communication from the income tax department yet, and they have cooperated with the authorities during the search process. SpiceJet will have its AGM today, and sources have told CNBC-TV18 that the president of Carlyle Aviation, who is currently a stakeholder in the airline, met the company ahead of the AGM, and it is keen on growing SpiceJet as an airline. Vedanta, where Moody's Investors Services has downgraded the corporate family rating of Vedanta Resources to CAA3 from the earlier rating of CAA2, and it has also downgraded the rating on its senior unsecured bonds to CA from CAA3. The outlook also has been maintained as negative, and the CAA3 rating is considered poor quality with a very high credit risk, and a CA rating is judged to be highly speculative with a likelihood of being near a default. Power Finance Corporation has received the RBI approval to set up a finance company at the Gift City. Lupin has launched an ophthalmic solution in the US market. It will have a 180-day exclusivity for the same, and KIOCL has temporarily suspended operations at its Mangalore unit due to non-availability of fines. Back to you.
Okay, all right. So a lot of stocks that will be on our radar. Thank you so much, Hormaz, for joining us with that list. But we are not done yet. F&O space cues, very important. Mangalam is joining us now.
Important indeed. And the reason why they're important is largely because over the last 4 trading sessions, twice the Nifty has gone all the way up to 21,750 and has seen a bit of a decline from there. In fact, yesterday's high on the Nifty was 21,724, and remember, on Jan 5th, last Friday, that is, the high was 21,749 itself. So that means the resistance band for the market has come down by about 100 points from 21,800, 21,850 to around 21,700, 21,750 itself. Yesterday's last hour was all the more accelerated because it was Fin Nifty weekly options expiry as well. So if you just take a look at the Nifty Bank as well as the Nifty Financial Services, you would see that a big decline took place just before 2:30 itself. With the decline yesterday, now the Nifty Bank is below the 20-day moving average of 47,806 and below it by quite a margin. So that will be important, largely given its weekly options expiry on the Nifty Bank today itself. And ahead of that, we've seen a lot of activity in the 47,500 call on the way up. That would be a bit of a resistance. But the first support we'll look at would be 47,000 itself, which has the maximum open interest. FIIs, despite selling in the cash markets, bought a lot in index futures, almost 1,400 crores. And that's not all. They added around 12,000 longs, covered close to around 3,000 shorts. And as a result of which, their long-short exposure, which was around 62%, has inched mildly higher to 64%. On the Nifty itself, a lot of call writers have been active at 21,650 and 21,700. Again, telling you that there is resistance upwards of 21,700. But where is the support? Closer to 21,500, which is last week's low. Keep an eye on a couple of stocks. Z, that after a big decline yesterday, is out of F&O ban. A lot of short positions added on Polycab, but a lot of long positions added on DLF.
Okay, all right. So realty stocks, they continue to be in focus, right? Thank you guys for joining us though and prepping us up for this trading day ahead.